Maryland Spotlight. It's all about Maryland living.
Welcome to Maryland Spotlight. I'm Kim Knight. Are you a federal employee? Well, financial planning may be different from that of a private sector employee. Joining me again in the studio, Brian Kuhn. You are a certified financial planner with PSG Clarity. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, you have a book out that relates to federal employees. Tell me about that.
Sure. Thanks for having me back, Kim and ABC. It's called Total Compensation, a practical guide to federal employee benefits. Practical meaning we wanted to create a book that really equated it to real life scenarios. We take each federal employee benefit. I take each benefit like long-term care, Social Security, which federal employees do receive, most of them, and create a hypothetical story of a household interacting with that benefit. Then I explain the benefit, how it works, and in the back of each chapter there's a section that says what to do for the rest of us. So it's for private sector employees
so it's
as well.
bonus for federal employees and private sector to read your book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, also, what should federal employees think about when they're considering their finances? Can your company help with that?
Sure. Definitely keep in touch with the benefits and what they are. I work with a lot of households where a good period of time will go by without checking in on like how the TSP is doing. That's their retirement investment account, or what the pension estimate is. Definitely a good idea once a year to check in with all of that. They send the 4 to 5 page summary to you. Look at that with somebody you trust, a planner or otherwise, and see how you're doing on towards the rest of your life's goals.
Because you don't want the federal government, they're not going to plan your retirement, so your company can help with that with a roadmap.
Sure. Yeah, the benefits of being a federal employee are comprehensive. They're very good, but they don't do everything. The federal employee system doesn't plan your estate, so you can name beneficiaries on things, but things like legal documents and trusts and so forth are definitely something you want to get in the private sector. And also the TSP and long-term care, those are two examples of the benefits, but in the private marketplace there are certain things that might be a better fit depending on the overall household. Okay,
well, federal employee or private sector, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Well, the book is available on Amazon or Amazon Kindle, or by contacting us, and then our website is psgclarity.com. Our number is 301-543-6035. You can email us, info@psgclarity.com.
Okay.
And we look forward to the opportunity.
And you're also on Facebook.
Yep,
Good
that's
for you.
right.
Okay, Brian, thanks so much for being with us again today on Maryland Spotlight.
Sure.
And thank you all for joining us today. I'm Kim Knight.
Maryland Spotlight. It's all about Maryland living.
Welcome to Maryland Spotlight. I'm Kim Knight. We all want to plan for a secure financial future, but it can be very intimidating. Welcoming back Brian Kuhn. You are a certified financial planner with PSG Clarity. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Kim. Thanks. Thanks for having me back.
Now, tell me about your company and your experience.
Sure. It's called PSG Clarity, a division of Planning Solutions Group. We were here a little while ago talking about personal finance and introducing the company. We wanted to go after the segment of the population that represents 98% of the economy that feels like they don't feel wealthy, and they feel perhaps intimidated by some of the terms like wealth management and financial planning and minimums on how you can work with a planner. So we provide the same quality service, but we wanted to really help that segment of the population.
Right. Well, let's talk about today's economy now, because it's pretty crazy out there. What should people be aware of for their finances?
Well, regardless of the economy, one thing that always can help is monitoring cash flow. I tell clients, unless you're a business owner where there's an entity that's separate from your day-to-day activities and its value, or there's an inheritance that's expected, everything is based on cash flow. Everything you want to accomplish is based on cash flow and time. So an example of one thing we'll walk through is on the left side of a piece of paper, we'll write down what your net paycheck is after everything that comes out, taxes and other things. And on the right side, we'll walk through the involuntary expenses of that household, like a mortgage, car payment, insurance, not the Nordstrom bill, but other things, and just the involuntary ones. And that'll leave some amount. Hopefully it's a larger amount than you might think. And that is really the amount of money every month you have control over to do something with. And hopefully, like I said, it's bigger than you think, and you can start to direct that money to a positive place for the long term. Another thing, briefly, is a retirement projection. It's tough. A lot of people, you know, they're looking 3 months out, 6 months out at most, but if you look 10, 20 years out, just jot down what you think the income streams in the future might be and what kind of pace you're on.
Yeah, because people may think that it's hard to plan for a good retirement and secure. Pensions help.
Yeah, it is. Pensions do help very much. I do some work with federal employees where I am in Howard County and all over the Baltimore metro area. That's what the book is about, total compensation. But the private sector folks, people who don't have pensions, they can afford to retire too, assuming the cash flow is right and the savings are right and the expectations are right.
Well, our viewers want to get financially fit. How can they get in touch with you?
Sure. psgclarity.com, or our main number is 301-543-6035. And send us an email, info@psgclarity.com.
And you're also on Facebook, of
yeah,
course,
we're on
keeping
Facebook.
up with the times.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, well, thanks so much for being here today
Sure.
with PSG Clarity.
Thank you.
Thanks. And thank you all for joining us today on Maryland Spotlight.